Heidi ho, kitties! It is Coon. It's me. Alright, so I've been getting a bunch of questions lately pertaining to my cosplay, and from a while back someone asked me how I did my rainbow hair, and I have a video explaining that, but I'm really lazy. So I'm just going to give you the quick version and answer some other questions. Alright, first question, how I did my rainbow hair. So I had longer hair then, but what I did is I did it in 2 days. I bleached it first, and then over 2 days I did my whole head. I first did the warm colors, so that's red, orange, and yellow. So what I did is I pulled all my hair forward. I sectioned off about that much for my red, for my bangs. And once I had that done, once I put the red on, I put tin foil. I sectioned off the next bit, and then did that orange, and then put another piece of tin foil. Then I did yellow, and then I let that sit, and I found that when you blow dry it, it stays a lot better. Oh, wrong side. And then I did that for the back. Instead of just leaving layers, I actually wrapped the pieces as I went up, and then I rinsed it with cold water to make sure they all stayed and didn't blend together. Alright, my next question was someone asked how I did my makeup for my toothless cosplay. Put a picture. I used the picture, the actual, I went online and went, what does, toothless face? Or, I don't remember what I searched, but I found a picture of Toothless. And if you noticed, all his scales aren't necessarily the same size. And so what I did is, to make it really cute looking, you put two main ones on your cheeks. So one here, that's two. And then you fill it in. You are following the shape, this shape right here. So you're coming down along this bone. If you feel your face, there's a bone right here. I had the big pieces right about there, and then down like that, and then I just continued down my neck, and I just got bigger as it went down, because then it covers his whole body. Filled it in with smaller pieces, not necessarily all rectangles. I did some L shapes. I carried a few up over my nose, but make sure those are a lot smaller, because if you have just huge big chunks, it really distracts. And then I did liquid eyeliner. I made my eyes very cat-like and made sure they looked a little bigger. And then I took white eyeshadow and highlighted my brow and a couple other areas around the actual scales. I do the same for my smog lock. I haven't done a full-out, this is my makeup type deal, because I don't have the proper face paint. I've just been using lipstick, which I don't recommend because that stains. And thirdly, was a question I got today, was how I made my smog lock horns. Let me get those. Alright, while I'm at it, I'm also going to explain how I did my little ear fins. So, the horns, this is what they look like. This is one of them. So you start out with some wire. I forget what gauge this is, but it's very, very bendable. You can use coat hanger wire or craft wire or something that's not necessarily super duper rigid or super duper bendy. You want it to be able to hold its shape. Then what I did is I wrapped the top. I figured out how I wanted it to sit on my head. And then I wrapped the top horn part in duct tape first, and then I took, need an example here, I took just some scrap paper and I rolled it up so that I have the texture of the spiral of the horns, and then I would hot glue it around and just wrap it. Making pieces like this, and then I had some smaller bits to fill in everywhere. After I hot glued it all, I painted it red, and I put I have this gold glaze paint, which gives it sort of a shine and I'm a dragon horn. to do my ear fins, for those of you who are also into Homestuck, you can do the Ampora fins the same way, or Pfeffery. But what I did is, it's actually the inside's all filled with tiger striped duct tape because I'm a fancy pants. So I put down, what is it, like, I made a big sheet of duct tape, folded it in half, taped it down on this end. I cut out the shape. I fused the two together. Like, this is a pocket. Like, my ear fits in here. And made sure it was the right shape of my ear. And then I fused the ends together with a hot glue gun. And then to get the veins, they're like popping up from there, I did layers and layers of hot glue. I then painted it with acrylic paint, because acrylic paint goes on anything and everything. Like, it's really hard to spray paint duct tape and masking tape. Use acrylic paint if you can. But layers and layers of hot glue, and then I went over that in gold. So there's that. I think those were the questions I wanted to talk about. If you guys have any other questions about any of my cosplays, I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. I'm trying to think. Yeah. So, stay cool.